Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to learn how to cut the baby girl dress for the picture you saw at the beginning of this video for an 8 to 9 year old. So just keep watching. My last video I already showed you how to cut this 180-degree circle flare. I'm going to show you how we cut the body. So I already have this bodice cut out, so I'm going to show you exactly how this was achieved. So the first thing I did was to take the tape and measure the full length of this, which is what, 14. Then for the neck, I measured out from here to this point here 4 inches, and then downward by 4, so it's 4 by 4. And then at this armhole part, since I had the bust to be around 7, so I had 7 measured out round. This 7 measured out from the shoulder down to here, and this is the line here. It is at this point that you get the chest measurement. Then we'll go down by 1 inch. You're going to come down here by 1 inch, and then you're going to slant it to this part, right? After doing that, you get half of this, which will be 3.5. At that point, you go in by half of an inch. You go in by half of an inch, and then then at this point here, you measure out 7 inches here plus 1 inch to sew. So in total we're going to have 8 inches. Okay, so in this 8 inches line, you're going to mark out the bust point, which is at this point here, 7 inches, and then curve the line to meet this half point here, and then down to this point. So that's how to get the armhole length. That's for this part. So now for the back, sorry that is rumpled. For the back, you know the back has this design, this design. So now let's go over what we did. So first thing, I used the front to cut out the back. After cutting it out, this point, the neck point, I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to mark here and mark here, because I know I want to work on the back to give it a design. You can see this point here, that's the curve for the front, which I did not touch. So after leaving it like that, I'm going to measure down by 5.5 inches. So measure down 5.5 inches from the shoulder down here to this point is 5.5. Okay, 5.5 inches. After doing that, I'm going to, from this point I have 5.5 inches, I'm going to measure out, taking in place, this is the zip allowance. Okay, the zip allowance. So from the zip allowance, I went in by 4 inches this way, but in a slanted form. So rather than putting the tape this way, I took it this way, you get? And that's how I got this 4 inches here, right? That's how I got this 4 inches here. And then from that point, I connected it to this neck point, you get? So I just used my rule to join this point here to the neck point, so that this part would merge with the front. Okay, and then cut this out. Now for this skirt, because I'm having 3 layers in, for the skirt, I measured out from here to here. I think I did 7 inches. So right, so I had 7 inches going this way with my chalk. I marked it down this way, then drew straight gathers and sewn here. I also did that this way, like this. So I had one here, and the last one this way for the skirt. That's all about the skirt. Now for the top, I cut this in 2, so I used it to run the neck, and also cut this into run the neck, run this part, then join the back to the front shoulder and attach to the skirt. And so that's it, guys. That's how you got the style that you saw at the beginning of the video. If you want me to explain further, please let me know. If you also prefer me to show a different technique of making these baby dresses, also let me know and I'll change the technique. That is to say, you don't want me to illustrate on paper, you want me to illustrate with the fabrics, then I will do that. So thank you for coming back to watch my video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.